Good morning, young people. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Look here. I want to pivot a little bit this morning. Pivot a little bit. We're strolling on YouTube, and like I said, I wake up in the morning, thank God for another day, and I look for something on YouTube for motivation. I always go look for that negativity, look for motivation, and watched a couple of motivation, you know, podcasts on the way taking my daughter to school, and ran across a video. I think this individual, I think he put it up on his channel, I think a couple of days ago, but I just ran across it. They're just talking about the system, as far as the system and it's like the working system. How the system is made for, you know, people to be broke, how the system is made for, people not to get ahead. And you hear about that and you're like, man, dang, what he's saying is right. You look around social media era, you got a lot of jobs have been lost. A lot of people have been, can't find jobs equivalent to what the job that they had that they lost, and they're all stressed out. And you're just like, what the heck? I can't get ahead. Can't even, don't even talk about getting ahead. I can't even just stay, equivalent. But I'm here to say, in my words, in my opinion, it's true. The system is made for individuals to become workers. It's not made for people to become entrepreneurs, all that. The system is made for everybody to become workers. Why do you think when you're going through high school, not all high school, all they talk about is going to college. They don't talk about entrepreneurship and this and that. Heck, I don't think they even have a subject on entrepreneurship and this and that. It's all about going to college, get your education, this and that. And the bad thing about it too, it's not like they're teaching you about what are the best, degrees to go to college to get. That way when you come out, you can make good money. And especially if you're going to college and you can't afford it, maybe you didn't get no kind of scholarship and this and that, and you didn't get enough grants. So now you gotta take out student loans. But now it's not teaching you, okay, well look, if you're gonna go to college, you need to take these type of, get into these type of fields. That way, if you do have to take student loans, you can come out, get into that field, start making top dollar, and you're good to go. Now you can pay your student loans back. Because the minute you start going to school, then you gotta start paying the loans back. You see, the system don't teach you that. It teaches you, the system just tell you, hey, go to college. Hey man, they teach you like, hey man, as long as you got that degree, you got that paper, man, a job gonna hire you. Oh man, you gotta make sure you go into the right fields where you can come out making top dollar, and you can come out making good money. Especially if you gotta take out loans. So we have to be strategic in what we're going to get these degrees in. Another thing they don't promote anymore either is like, hey, if you can't go to college, hey, it should be, if you can't go to college, well, hey, go take up a skilled trade. There's nothing wrong with trade schools. Trade schools are a lot cheaper than going to a big university. A lot faster, a lot cheaper, boom. And they also have, depending on what field you get into, apprenticeship program. So while you're going to school, you're working in that field, you might not be doing everything, but you're working in that field, getting, some little on-the-job training. I mean, they used to have that when I was growing up. Was it OJT? Yeah, OG, on-the-job training. They had that in school. They don't have that anymore. So it's like you have to be mindful of what you want to go to school for and do your research. think once you hit ninth grade, you should be doing the research on what you want. If you want to go to college, what you want to go to college for. Do that research. Okay, I want to be an engineer. Okay. What you gotta do? How much it gonna cost per semester? How much it gonna cost if you're gonna go out of state, live on campus, all that, or you're gonna go to university in their state, or maybe in your hometown there's a university where you can stay at home and go to school at the same time. So it's one of the things that they don't teach you this stuff. They don't. The system is designed for everybody to become workers. And there's nothing wrong with people become workers, because there are a lot of people out there that have worked a job for so many years and have became very successful, have became millionaires, working their corporate job all their life. So we can't let the system be the one to program us that, look, you're gonna come out here, you're gonna work this job, you're gonna work at this company 30, 40 years, and then you're retired, and now you're worrying about if you have enough for retirement to live the rest of your life. They don't teach you about, once you graduate, sit down with yourself and see what your vision, what you want your life to be. And go after it. Make sure that you're not only just saving your money, because what I realized doing research, you just can't save your way to wealth. So when I was growing up, I was always told, man, hey, you made that money, save. That's it. But you just can't save your way to wealth. I didn't know what a high yield savings account was until a few years ago. How long is it? See, what you don't know, there's nothing you can do. But once you find out about it, then you have to act on it. Brokerage account, like you say, the same thing. I didn't know about a brokerage account until I started the job that I'm at now. I've been there with it 10 years ago. Because all the job that I was working when I got out of high school, through my 20s, early 30s, I was working for a contractor. You don't know what a contractor is? That's someone that has a little small business. You work for them, they pay you, you do your job, and they pay you. I was working as a subcontractor, 1099. I didn't know anything about 401k because the guy didn't offer no 401k. He didn't offer no health benefits. I was young, I didn't worry about no health benefits. I'm good, I'm healthy. But I didn't know about no 401k. He gave me 1 week of vacation, paid. But I didn't know anything about 401k. If I would have known these things, I could have pivoted. I could have made sure that, hey, when I'm out here looking for a job, this is what I need to look for. And as I got that job, do more research on investing, saving my money, where to park my money at, and then figuring out what I want to do in my life and go forward. It took for me to get older, mid, late 30s, early 40s, to figure out, okay, I'm making good money, but this is not the end of me. This is not making good money, driving trucks, delivering groceries. But this is me. This is not the end for me. It's not the end chapter. There's something bigger and better for myself. Now, like I said, some people don't believe in bigger and better. Some people don't believe in, going after their dreams if they have dreams. Some people believe in just, staying complacent where they're at, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to your life, you can't let anybody tell you, hey man, you you want to go back to college, man, you too old. Or you want to get to a skilled trade, man, oh man, you too old. Or you want to pivot and go, you know, go over to this job. This job, you got to interview for this and this and that. Oh man, you too old, man. That's crazy. Oh man, you too old to be starting off. Let's see, when you hear all that, oh, you too old. Or this, why would you want to start over? Blase. Nah, man. There's no such thing as being too old. Let me tell you something. My grandmother, her best friend, we talking about a lady, she was a nurse all her life. Military, got out of military, nurse all her life. Delivering babies. She loved her job. Retired, it hurt. Anyway, she retired from the military, became a nurse, then she retired again as a nurse in her early 60s. You know, she got top shape on to just travel all the time. Just traveling. Like just hitting, road trips, cruises, everything. You know, then she got tired of doing all that. She went back to work. She didn't have to because her husband retired at Frito-Lay, did 30-some years, retired. Good savings, they did good, you know. And she went back to work, delivering babies. In her 70s. We talking about still good, top shape, walking around, no problem. In her 70s, 70-year-old, still delivering babies. She did that for a few more years. And she said, okay, that's it, I'm done. Especially when her husband retired. Because he retired late. You know, she retired. Done. So, the thing, the moral of the story is you can't let individuals dictate your life. You can't let individuals tell you, man, you too old for this, you too old. No, it's not. Because everybody has their own life. Everybody. My grandmother told me she was in her 40s when she became a registered nurse. And she did it until she retired in her 60s. And she loved it. She loved every bit of it. And she said she has no regrets of her becoming a registered nurse in her 40s. None. So that people tell her, oh, you too old, this, that. No. Here she is, 85 years old, still has her own mind, still walking, everything. And she's traveling, her and her homegirl. They do road trips a couple times a year. They go on cruises a couple times a year. Go out to eat, gatherings. I mean, they live their life. They created their own life. They didn't let society and the system tell them, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, this. Oh, no. No, they created their own life. So, what I'm here to tell the young folk in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, create your own life. Create your own, what they call rich life. Not everybody want to be a millionaire. A lot of folks just want to be able to live a nice life, good salary, and be able to travel, do what they want to do, and then when it comes to whenever they want to retire, whether if it's in their 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever they want to retire, when they retire with dignity, they retire with enough money, they retire healthy, and retire with less bills and no debt. That's fine with some people. You have people that's not into cars. Some people are not into buying, luxury clothes and stuff like that. Everybody is different when it comes to their life. And you have to learn to live life, especially when you have no kids, no wife. The minute that you have kids, that's when your life slows down because you gotta think about the kids. People just think about yourself. You gotta think about your kid. But when you have no wife, no kids, life can be great. Real good. So I always tell young folks, look here, create a plan for yourself and go out of it while you're still at home. Especially with your parents. You're still living at home. Don't get so antsy, man. I'm tired of living on my parents' roof. They telling me this, and no, let me tell you something. Because the minute you get out here and you think that you're 50, 60, 70, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 dollars a year, your money, the minute you get out here, you got to pay all these bills. When you was at home, you maybe had to give your parents maybe $500 a month. You're gonna realize, oof, wow, this is a lot. So young folks, please, young folks, whatever job you get into, or if you start your own business, make sure you're not just saving, you're investing, you're creating 5 to 10 year plan of what you want that business to look like, how much money you want to make. If you are not want to be rich, you just want to find it. Create a 5 to 10 year plan of what you want your life to be. Your savings goal, your investment goal. You want to create what you want that to be, what that look like. And I promise, I'm telling you, you create that plan, you'll be like, whew, thank God. Because man, I'm telling you, it was rough, but I got it done. So, like I said, please, young folks, create a plan. Don't be so caught up and man, shit, and I'm making good money. I'm gonna go buy that Hellcat. I'm gonna go buy this, I'm gonna go buy that. Be smart. Be smart with your money. Make sure you invest. And at the same time, put money up too. And live a good life. Do not get caught up in the system where you're making this money and you're going out and buying everything. You're going to the club popping bottles. Come Monday, you're broke. When you look at your credit card statement, it's high. You're like, what the? You know, young people, I'm begging you, telling you, create a plan with your life. Go after that plan, whatever it is. Do not get caught up in the system because the system just wants to keep you there. The system will give you enough money to go out and blow your money. Be back because you say, man, I get paid again Friday. You're going to do the same thing over and over and over. Next thing you know, you're in your late 30s, your early 40s, you're in your mid-40s, 50s. Like, oh my gosh, you look at your net worth. Your net worth is negative, or maybe your net worth is in the positive, but you don't really have much money saved and invest. I'm guilty of that. 43 years old. Started late. Well, not 9 years ago, and I'm still not where I want to be because I'm still learning, and I'm not afraid to say, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still doing research. Reach out to some people, and I ask them questions. That's another thing too. Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody and get knowledge from, especially your favorite YouTuber. You're always watching them. You're always commenting on them, and they give you games, and they give you gems. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. It might cost you a fee to get a consultation, but at least you're getting some game to what to do. Why would you want to? You might be like, club and pop bottles and feel good, and then when you leave that club, you go home, you sleep and whatever, and you wake up the next day, what? You just did that for excitement? It didn't make you no money. When you can take your money, $200, and you can pay someone to give you someone that's on the level that you want to be. Not no one that's on, that's below you or just still getting up. Somebody's on a level that you want to be and doing good in life. Take that $200 and pay for them to mentor you for a couple, maybe it might be a conversation for an hour or two. Sit down and talk about your finances. Hey, how can I get ahead? How can I get my money to grow for me while I'm sleeping? That way I don't have to always work overtime. I don't always have to keep chasing the bag. How can I get my money to grow? I have no debt. I just want to make my money grow. How can I get out of this job that I hate? That's what I'm saying. So, young folks, please get that game plan in order. And I'm telling you, down the line, you're gonna thank yourself. Don't wait till it's late. At the end of the day, man, y'all have a blessed day and take it easy.